Okay, so this is going to be an instructional / overview video of the Elddis Chatsworth CV40. This is a 2024 plate. This is to highlight where all the main components are in the vehicle, i.e. your drain valves, etc., and how some of the components work. First of all, we're going to go around the external of the vehicle, and then we will go into the habitation / cab area. As you can see, this vehicle does come with an awning. I will send a separate link on the email how to set up and use an awning. So first thing I'm going to show you is how to open the bonnet. The main reason for this is just one, to highlight obviously how you get access to the bonnet area, but then two, if you ever need to jump start the vehicle for any reason. So to open the bonnet, you need to come to the passenger door. If you open the passenger door, you will see the bonnet release handle here. All you need to do is pull that down once and that will then release. So as you can see, I have now got access to the bonnet area. And like I said, the main reason is just in case you need to jump start this vehicle for any reason. So if you do need to jump start the vehicle, here is going to be your negative terminal point, and then your positive is just down here. Let me see if I can zoom in for you. So on that silver plate there is going to be your positive terminal point. It may be under this black cap. So you just need to lift that cap out of the way, and that is your positive terminal point. And like I said, this is your negative point here. And obviously we've got your engine oil and obviously other storage compartments for fluids, screen washers in front of the driver. So now we are going to go around the external of the vehicle. So next to the passenger door, in this compartment here, this will give you access to your diesel fill and AdBlue fill. On your diesel, you just need to use your main vehicle blade, and that will open that compartment. At the rear of the vehicle, we have got obviously a tow bar lower down. We have got a travel storage box on the rear. And then your reverse camera is just in the high level brake light up there. Currently on the driver's side of the habitation, so this is where we have got more compartments. So this first compartment we come to, you slide up, that is your mains hookup connection when you're connecting up at campsite or at home if you're charging the vehicle at home. The next one is external power socket underneath that cover there. So that's obviously a 3-pin socket, obviously when you are connected to mains hookup. Here we do have your toilet cassette. So in your toilet cassette, all you need to do to release it is lift up this orange tab, lift it up and then pull towards you, and then to empty and clean your toilet cassette, all you need to do is take the cassette out. Just need to twist this orange nozzle out, take this grey cap off, and then when you tilt up the cassette, you can put your thumb on the button at the top. That's aerated, so obviously it lets air into the top so all the fluids flow out a lot faster. Also, you can open the toilet cassette blade here to obviously clean internal if needed. Once finished, put the grey cap on at the end here, twist this nozzle back in, and then all you need to do is put your toilet cassette back into place. And the main thing here is just making sure that this orange tab is securely down here, so then your toilet cassette is not going to move while in transit. On this door as well, it has got a magnetic connection on it, so it stays up where you are in the toilet cassette area. Here we have got your fresh water fill, so you just need to put the hose pipe in there, and obviously when the water starts to come back out of this hole, that means your fresh water tank is completely full. Here at the side of that, we have got a gas system on this vehicle, so it's got an underslung gas tank. So this is where you'll take the connection off and then connect on when you are filling up with gas. I'll show you when we are inside where the gauge is for your level of gas. And then directly below that, so the blue one here is a drain valve for your fresh water tank. So you just need to, it's a quarter ton. And then to the right we have got your grey waste. And then here is a flue for the boiler, it's like heating / hot water boiler. Other than that, that is everything really external wise. Now we'll go over the habitation cab area. I'll show you in the cab area at the minute. So this vehicle does have driver and passenger swivel seats. To swivel these seats, you just need to pull this handle here. If you pull it out and then swivel, that will then release. Obviously you've got storage underneath the driver and passenger seats. Your main vehicle battery is under this compartment under here, but like I said, to jump start the vehicle you do that through the bonnet. This vehicle does have blackout blinds front and driver and passenger. All you need to do is pinch, slide across, and then they will meet in the middle. There's a magnetic strip here. They will meet in the middle on a magnetic strip. They just clip back into place. Here on the passenger door, same on the driver's side. Got blackout blinds, but again, magnetic strip connection there. Just need to be careful with these because they are delicate blinds and they are expensive to replace. As you can see, we have got an electric step. To control the electric step, it's just here, up or down. So I'm going to press down now, it will come out. Just press and hold until it fully, the step is fully out. We have got fly screen. Try and grab this halfway, not at the top or the bottom, just try and grab it in the middle and then slide across. Otherwise you could potentially derail it or get it jammed. We've got obviously lots of drawer storage in here. Got a pop out table which then releases underneath on these arms. As soon as you come through the habitation door, this is where your control panel is, as well as your heating and hot water controls. So this top one here is going to be your control panel for the habitation. So your top left, you've got master on and off. Bottom left, you've got your internal lights. If you switch the internal lights off at the master switch, they won't come back on until obviously you turn them on at the switch. Here is going to be your external awning light, and then the top right is going to be your water pump. On your water pump, you only want to turn this on once the fresh water tank is full, or at least got water in it. The reason for this, you don't want to leave that pump on and burn that motor out dry. This button here, just press it, press and hold, it'll give you your level of your habitation battery, and then this one here will give you your level of fresh water. Currently it is empty. Obviously we've got a master light switch here, and then below here on the left side, this is going to be your hot water. So we can either run it off gas. Obviously we've got a gas system on this vehicle, so we can turn the gas on If you turn it on, it will show blue, and then once you turn the dial up and it fires up, it will go to orange. Electric side, so you can go, you've got 3 settings on here. You got one up to 3 kilowatts of electric. Obviously I need to be connected to mains hookup for this to actually work, but you will get 3 little light up dots here. There's 3 little dots there, they will light up individually, and obviously you can have mixed on as well, electric and gas. You've got your plus and minus here. So minus is to turn it off completely, and then press plus once. That's the first setting, that is low setting on the hot water, and then press it again, that goes all the way to the high setting, about 70 degrees. So this will take, on the high setting, probably around 20 minutes to heat up off gas. On the electric it may take a little bit longer. And then here we have your heating. So same again, you've got gas or electric. Obviously electric will only work when you're connected to mains hookup. And then you've got your plus and minus. So you've got night mode, which is just running a lower temperature, lowering the fan speed low. And then obviously you can turn this up to your desired temperature, as well as obviously fan speed. The higher you go, the fan will kick in a bit more. And then obviously turn it on to gas, it will show blue, and then eventually after a few minutes it will kick in and then change to orange when it's ignited. To turn this off, just press the minus all the way down to the end, and that is shutting off your heating and hot water. To the right here, this is the gauge for your gas tank. So if I press this here, obviously that's giving me a gauge of what is in the gas tank, and obviously that will go down as you keep pressing it. So that's where all your controls are and all your gauges are for this vehicle. We have got, this has got a dinette to berth, so this table lowers down onto the rail lower down there. So take it off the rail above, and then all you need to do is fold this leg in half. So this is the support for the bed in effect across. Underneath this bench here, we have got your habitation 12 volt fuses, and then obviously we've got your main breaker as well. So your main breaker, that's when you're connected to mains hookups, when you're using your 240 volt side. And then obviously the fuses below is when you're running on the 12 volt side. It's like your charging points, USB points, etc. Next we'll go over the kitchen area. In this cupboard here below the sink, right at the bottom we have got some internal gas valves, so they are currently on. But basically what they are for, if one of the appliances goes faulty, you can isolate that appliance and still use the other appliances. Got your kitchen sink here with your tap. So on your tap, we want to prime your system. So we've just got to campsite and we want to set up. So first thing I'm going to do is shut all the drain valves. So I need to shut the grey waste drain valve externally and the fresh water valve. Once that's done, I need to fill up the fresh water tank externally again. Fill that up complete. Like I said, you can come to this control panel and press and hold here, and that will give you a gauge of water. And then once that is all full, I want to prime my system to use, so it's ready to use when I need, as well as priming your boiler. So to prime your system, twist it to the cold side, turn your pump on the control panel, lift the tap up. You'll get some air coming through the tap. Once the water comes through at a steady flow on the cold side, that is then primed. Then twist it to the hot side, and on the hot side it may take a minute or so longer, just because it's going to fill up your boiler first, which your boiler holds around 10 litres of water from your fresh tank. And then when you get a steady flow on the hot side and cold side, you can shut the tap and your system is all primed, ready to use when you need. Next we have your 3-ring burner. Obviously we've got a 2 gas ring here and 1's electric. The electric one only works on mains hookup. One safety advice we do recommend is obviously this glass cover. Once you have been using the stove, just leave the glass cover up, as the temperature difference could potentially shatter the glass. And obviously we've got oven and grill, so that's on this side. You've got your igniter here, and then obviously your 2-ring gas burner and your electric. Above we have got a microwave. In this cupboard here is the plug socket for that, which is turned off. But again, on your microwave, that will only work on mains hookup because it is powerful, so you do need to be connected. On this motorhome we have got a compressor fridge. So this is running off your leisure battery. So to turn this on, just press and hold this touchscreen here, it will light up. In the middle we have got your temperature. Just press and hold in the middle and it will flash once. I can select my temperature. So you've got your temperature high and low, and then to the far right you've got a night mode, which just runs the fan in a lower setting. A lot of people do say to turn this on when you are at home, if you can connect up at home on mains hookup. Obviously your battery's being charged up at the same time. Just turn this on an hour before, so let the fridge cool down. Or if you put it on the highest setting while travelling, and then once you are stationary you can at least turn it halfway, because this is running off your leisure battery, and it will maintain its temperature quite good once it's got down to the correct temperature. To turn it off, just press and hold and eventually it will shut down. And obviously if you are not using it, you don't need to turn it on at all, just so it saves power on your leisure battery. In this cupboard here we've got storage, and obviously that's the infill cushion for the dinette to berth. We've got obviously your habitation carpets. So this all creates into a bed area. So all you need to do is lift these handles up here and slide these out on each side, like so. So they slide out and meet in the middle. And then what you will do is this cushion here and the cushion on the right hand side, they will meet in the middle. And then you will use these back cushions to make up the full bench sheets into obviously a bed all the way across. Here we've got obviously USB points, mains 240 volt sockets. In this little cupboard here we have got a fold away table inside there. On this one the awning winder has been strapped up here, nice and neat. And then we have got your obviously shower cubicle slash toilet. So on your toilet, if you want to use your toilet, you just need to use this grey blade. Basically this grey blade just opens the toilet cassette ready to use, and obviously once finished, shut the blade. Here is going to be your freshwater flush. So this is the blue button is going to use some fresh water and obviously flush through the bowl. And then obviously to the left, as you can see, there's a red indication on. So that red indication lights up when the toilet cassette is full. Currently it is full because this vehicle has just come out of PDI, so they have tested it. But once you empty the toilet cassette, there'll be no light there. So that indication is obviously when your toilet cassette is full, you need to empty it. Obviously we've got your basin here with a pull out tap slash shower head, which goes straight up there. And then obviously we've got your tap to control. The last thing I'm going to show you is right underneath the oven slash grill, is right underneath here, this yellow valve. This is your valve to drain the boiler from all the water. So if the reason you need to do this is, one, especially in winter, obviously you don't want to have that water in there and freeze. But then other than that, it's good practice to just keep draining it, because it doesn't take long to fill up. but basically that's currently in the open position, which will drain all the water out. To close that valve, all you need to do is twist it and that will shut. If you don't shut this valve when you are trying to fill up your boiler with water on the hot side, then obviously the water will just drain straight out of the vehicle. You have got some instructions here as well on this cover. So that is the instructional / overview video of the Elddis Chatsworth CV40. If you have any more questions, leave a comment below, or you can always give us an email or give us a call.